Hello, everyone, and welcome to the world of color. Today, we are going to be talking about color and everything relating to color. I know you might think you actually understand the word color, but when it comes to design, um, it's not that it's difficult, but it's really tricky in design. So, we are going to start with the three pillars of color, which is the hue, the saturation, and value. So, have you ever picked a color that looked great on your screen but printed out dull or weird? That's usually because of how colors behave, not just what they are. So, let's start with the first one, which is hue. And hue is the name of the color, like literally, it's the color itself. So, hue is the basic identity of the color, like red, blue, or green. It's what you'd call it if you had to name it. So, look at the screen and you're going to see a color wheel. Can you pick out your favorite color from this color wheel? Yeah. So the second challenge is, can you find two hues or opposites on opposite sides of the wheel? What kind of color relationship is that? Well, you're going to find out before the end of this tutorial. So the next one we have saturation. So saturation, how intense is the color? That is the question it's asking. So saturation is how pure or intense the color is. We have high saturation, which is bold and bright, and we have low saturation, which is dull or grayish. So for the last one, we have value. So value is how light or dark is the color. You can have a light blue or a darker blue, which is a shade. So when it comes to value, we have tints and shades, right? So tints refers to adding white to a color and shades refers to adding black to a color. Here are three kinds of blue that we have on the screen. One is light, one medium, and one dark. Which one would work best as background text? And which one draws your eye first? Well, you can answer that within yourself. So, we are going to talk about color relationships, making colors to work together. Colors ain't just pretty, they talk to each other. And just like people, some get along great, others clash. That's where color relationships come in. So, for the first one, we have complementary colors, and these are colors that sit directly across from each other on the color wheel. That is, opposites attract. We have examples like red and green, blue and orange, purple and yellow. High contrast and high energy, great for attention grabbing work posters. Examples are these posters that you are seeing here. So for the second one, we have analogous colors. That is next door neighbor. That's the easiest way to remember it. So colors that sit side by side on the wheel, they are called analogous color. For example, we have the blue green, and the green. We also have the red orange, and the orange. So they are usually smooth, harmonious, often natural and calming. They are also great for backgrounds, branding, or soft themes. Here's a photo that shows an example of an analogous color. And also, this design right here is an example of how to use an analogous color scheme in your design. For the third one, we have triadic colors. So, these are balanced triangle. Three colors evenly spaced around the wheel, forming a triangle. That is what we know as, or that is what we call triadic colors. Examples are the red, the yellow, and blue. Also, an example is the purple, the green, and the orange. So, colorful but balanced, and it is also great for playful, bold, or youthful focused designs. This is Google's logo, a classic triadic palette. Here's a children's cover, and it shows a perfect example for a triadic color scheme. For the fourth one, we have split complementary, that is, less tension and more balanced. One base color plus the two colors next to the opposite. That is what a split complementary color scheme is. For example, we have base, which is blue, and opposites, which are the red orange and the yellow orange. So it's still contrasty, but less intense than straight complements, more flexible and harmony. So here is a fashion outfit, and here is also a design using the split complementary color scheme. For the fifth one, we have tetradic color scheme. So tetra, that's like four, double complementary. So it is two complementary pairs, a rectangle or square on the color wheel. For example, we have red and green plus blue and orange. So it is rich and colorful, but harder to balance. Works best with one dominant color. So what this means is that it's usually tricky to work with together because it is usually harder to balance the colors if you are a newbie. But how you can go about it is by making one a dominant color and using others as the accent color. So here is a vibrant party flyer for a digital brand, and it's using the tetradic color scheme. The last but not the least, we have the monochromatic color scheme, which is one color, many shades. So, variations of one hue, different tints, tones, and shades. That is what monochromatic color scheme is. Example, all shades of blue, the light blue, the navy blue, and the rest of it. So they are usually minimal, clean, and professional, ideal for corporate, luxury, or editorial designs. So here is a skincare brand using the monochromatic color scheme, and here is also a flyer that utilizes the monochromatic color scheme. We have practical color usage in design. For the first one, we have contrast and readability. So always make sure text stand out from the background. Also make sure you use high contrast, that is black or white, which is also very easy to read. We have the low contrast, which is the light gray on white. It is elegant but risky for accessibility. Here is a design rule. Function comes first. Make it pretty after it's clear. We have color hierarchy and attention. Use strong saturated colors for call to action buttons. Use neutral or soft colors for backgrounds and content areas. Highlight key areas with an accent color. So here is an example of what I mean. For the third one, we have neutrals are power tools. Neutrals like black, white, gray, beige, and navy can help balance bright or bold palettes. They add space, sophistication, and calm. Here is a pro tip. Start with a base of neutrals, then layer in your main and accent colors. So, for the fourth one, color and branding consistency. Brands usually stick to 2 to 4 core colors across their products, websites, and marketing. So, when you are designing, don't use all the colors you find in your color wheel. Please ensure you stick to at least 2 to 3 colors for whatever you are designing. Keep consistent hex codes for digital use. Lastly, we are going to talk about color psychology in design. Colors don't just look good, they make us feel something. So here are some color meaning in the Western context. We have red, and reds are usually associated with passion, energy, danger, urgency, and they're usually used in sales, sports, fast foods. Also, when you check road signs, most of them are in red. We have the orange, and it usually stands for friendliness, creativity, enthusiasm, and it's usually used for kids products and casual brands. We have the yellow, and it stands for optimism, clarity, and warmth, and it is usually used for warnings, promotions, and playful brands. We have the green color, and green is usually associated with growth, health, wealth, nature, and also healing. And it is usually used in the finance industry, environment, wellness, and even healthcare professionals use green too. We have the blue, and blue is associated with a sense of trust, calm, and professionalism. And it is usually used by tech, it's usually used in the tech industry, in healthcare, and in banking. Fintech apps like Cowrywise, Piggyvest using it, and banks like Fidelity and First Bank making use of blue. Now you know the reason behind the color choice. That's some of the common color psychologies that we have. So when you are combining your colors or you are trying to do a design for a brand, you have to consider this color psychology, and then before you go ahead with your design. I hope this helps you in understanding color psychology. Till next time. Bye bye.